All of the stories we tell ourselves don't matter. They're merely a distraction from the eternal present moment of God's love. We think we're somebody doing something. We're identifying with the actor, the doer, our ego. This creates all these stories. This creates all of our suffering. Thinking is the cause of all suffering. Stop thinking and end all of your problems. We think we're somebody doing something. We think we're in control. What happens when we stop thinking? We think we're in control. We think we're somebody doing something. What happens when you stop thinking? Thinking creates an attachment to our ego or somebodyness. Remember, we live in the sea of stimulation, aggravation, and information, in the illusion of chaos, fear, and confusion. And this sea of stimulation stimulates and perpetuates the cycle to thought and the thinking mind, which has us thinking we're somebody doing something, and has us thinking we're in control and thinking we know. All suffering assumes control. All our regret and shame and our anxiety about the future, all these things, our decisions, these are all illusions of the thinking mind, right? Because we think we're in control. We're attached to outcomes and decisions. But what happens when you stop thinking? What happens when you stop thinking long enough? You become the observer, and you realize that we are merely nature running off. You and everyone else and everything else is merely nature running off. Chemistry and conditioning. So you've never done anything wrong. You can't make a wrong decision. You're just a product of your conditioning and your chemistry. It's the only way anyone can ever act. So we don't need to take anything personally, because any way anyone's acting has nothing to do with us. It's just a product of their conditioning. There goes judgment. Judgment only exists in the thinking mind because we think we're somebody doing something, and we think we're identifying with the ego. And so we're always comparing, right? And we're always thinking we got all these stories and judgment. How could that someone do that? Because you think you're in control and you think they're in control. There's your judgment. What happens if you stop thinking? Stand in the center of the circle and allow all things to take their course. Nature running off. Become the observer. That's what happens when you stop thinking. And we realize there's nothing to do but to do nothing. None of these stories matter. All the stories you tell yourself are just stress. That's all caught by the thinking mind. And remember, the illusion of chaos, fear, and confusion is very powerful, and it'll suck you back in. You give the thinking mind an inch, it's going to take a mile. It's going to take you right back in. You're going to get caught right up in the story, same old stories, and you're going to start stressing, and you're going to start falling out of balance. So how do we reverse this? We need to remind ourselves. Like, this is me reminding myself, and reminding myself, you, my friends, my brothers and sisters. We need to constantly remind ourselves, because the illusion is very powerful. The sea of stimulation, aggravation, and information is very powerful. We have to remind ourselves to stop thinking. Thinking is the cause of all suffering. Stop thinking and end all of your problems. We got to keep hammering that in, because the illusion is going to keep pulling you back. How do we do that? We have to remove the aggravators and the stimulators and the information. We have to be able to give it all up in the present moment to God, and stop searching, stop trying to do anything, because we're not doing anything anyway. We're just identifying with the doer, the actor. How do we sever that identification, that separateness, right? Go back to the whole, the center of the circle, right? Become the observer. Presence, surrender. That's how we go back to the whole, one with our Creator, our cosmic beloved. So there's nothing to do but to do nothing. This gets rid of the stories. Stop thinking. Well, how do we stop thinking? Remove the aggravators. Meditate, right? We need to remove our focus on all the aggravation and information and the stimulation. You got to keep removing stimulation, and come into these peaceful states as possible. What is that? Things like yoga nidra, meditation, walking in nature, clearing the mind, taking a break from technology, right, and videos and things like this, and information and stimulation of even anybody telling you anything. That's all there is to do, my friend. So give up those stories. If you fall out of balance, just merely remind yourself, that's right, I gotta stop thinking. None of this crap matters, because I'm not doing anything anyway. I'm not in control. So thinking is the cause of all suffering. All suffering assumes control. We think we're somebody doing something. We think we're in control. Stop thinking. That's always the answer. Any of our issues is us getting attached to our somebodyness. We're identifying with the actor, right? The doer. That's where all of our suffering comes from, because we think we're in control. So the highest perspective, the perspective of God, is in the center of the circle. Not doing anything, observing, not thinking, right? Not having any attachments or biases. True common sense. This only exists in the center of the circle. So take care of yourselves, my friend. Make your health and well-being a priority. Because many of us who get caught in this powerful program, health and well-being is not only an afterthought, it's less than an afterthought. It's not even on the table, because we get caught in the hubbub of it all, the stimulation of it all the work and life and paying bills and family and all this stuff. We get caught in it all, and we're just going nonstop. We never take the time to take a step back and realize that the two greatest devotions to God are presence, surrender, and purification, purifying the vessel, because we are God. And the more you purify the vessel and the mind and calm the body, you realize you have to give it all up to get it all. You have to stop thinking, which allows the divine God to work through us. That is our higher selves. Wouldn't it be nice if we were our higher selves all the time? Yeah, right. That'd be cool. Why aren't we not? We're higher selves all the time. So what do you got to do? You do nothing. That's it. It's that easy. It's not that easy. It's that easy. It's not that easy, right? Or else we wouldn't be even watching this video, or I wouldn't be making these reminders, or would I? I don't know. What's interesting is sometimes you have to fall out of balance. Like you say, oh, I'm doing a bad habit, or things we do to cope with being out of balance. You have to fall out of balance to gain a slightly different perspective to get us back in balance. So it's just, all there is to do is observe it all anyway. That's it. Just be the observer and realize it's all just nature running off. There's nothing to do but to do nothing. God is patiently waiting for our undivided attention, for us to drop our attachment to these stories and to this thinking mind and thinking we're somebody, identifying with the doer. We got to drop all of that. Stop thinking. Remove the aggravation, stimulation, and information. Facilitate a peaceful state, right? These are all very important. Reconstitute, empty the mind, which creates space and allows us to gain a deeper understanding. So it always comes back to presence. Always empty the mind. Stop thinking. Remove things that are stimulating and aggravating your cycles of thought, which are going to keep you in the cycles of suffering. You just meditate. Keep meditating. I've been meditating, trying to 2 or 3 times a day. I'm about to increase it. Right? Make that a priority in your day, is meditation and taking care of yourself and staying off of these stimulating, aggravating things like your phone as much as possible, and doing things that you can, which can be anything, which is trying to facilitate a state of peace and focus on the present moment. Just keep giving it up, keep surrendering. That's all there is to do, my friends. May our cosmic beloved bless us with peace, patience, presence, health, balance, and understanding. Namaste.